The ultimate battle of survival continues as Dragon Ball Multiverse returns with the continuation of Majin Super Saiyan 2 Bra versus two universal versions of Gohan, as we last left off with Babidi possessing and using Bra as a puppet in order to complete his agenda in having total control over all the participants within the actual tournament. And now that we're left off with everyone having to band together, Majin Bra is going to be put to the ultimate test to see where she gauges against Gohan and the others. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. And if you guys love and enjoy Dragon Ball and cannot wait to see more, then be sure to go on ahead and slap a big fat like down below by giving this video a big thumbs up, along with checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where there you will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community. So be sure to take a minute to go on ahead and check that playlist out located down below. As we kick off Dragon Ball Multiverse manga chapter number 70, following the events of Bra having to become a Majin courtesy of Babidi, and on the battlefield we observe how both of the Piccolos are beginning to clean house and further having to fight off against Babidi's army, as one of Babidi's men grab onto Piccolo's throat, as he goes on to then tell him, he really did a number on you. But then, as soon as Piccolo grows his arm back out, I love the overall detail in seeing Piccolo literally lobotomize this individual by not only having to blow his brains out, but also being able to quickly recover on his feet and having to act on his own. And I really love the level of detail that the artist put into this, because I will have to say this has to be one of the most detailed fan mangas you will see in quite some time. As of course both Piccolos begin to recover, one of them goes on to tell the other, "You don't have any senzu beans at all, right?" As the other Piccolo replies, "No, Bra's sure to have destroyed our reserves in the apartment. It's that powerful evil aura that woke me up. I wasn't expecting it to come from her." As one of the other Piccolos goes on to reply, "Years of frustration, regret that Babidi got a hold of. We need to resist until Vegeta returns, or manage to kill Babidi." As the other Piccolo replies, "Even two Gohans? They have no chance against her. But are they alone? Cell. If he really wanted to kill us, he'd have destroyed our brains." So the two Piccolos right now are not only further discussing the idea of having to wait for Vegeta to return in order to stop Bra, because Bra is essentially the strongest person at the tournament arena currently right now, and not even two full-powered adult Gohans in their ultimate forms can even remotely stand a chance against Super Saiyan 2 Majin Bra. As of course we notice then how Cell begins to reform, and as Perfect Cell finally regenerates, he goes on to state, "My training to reinforce my nucleus worked. A wide attack isn't enough to kill me anymore." As a terrified Bra looks on, Cell then goes on to comment, "You don't need to worry, I'm on your side. Alone, I couldn't possibly defeat Son Bra, so I motivated the Gohans like hell, and kept allies without Babidi realizing. Stay safe. You need to stay alive. After all, if I see the Gohans lacked conviction, what better way to wake them up than to throw you in the middle of the melee?" So before all of this actually went down, it would seem that Cell had somewhat of a plan. So again, he was buying time for the perfect moment to strike. As we go back on the battlefield, Majin Super Saiyan 2 Bra stands before Gohan. As the other Gohan steps in, one of the Gohans goes on to comment, "This isn't possible, Bra. Aren't you supposed to be a proud, independent Saiyan? Don't let yourself be manipulated by the sorcerer." As Bra tilts her head back, she goes on to tell Gohan, "Quite the opposite. I was way too human. All my life I had a conscience issue, this fear of being judged. I was pushed to protect the worthless, but now I'm free. All those tiring and contradictory thoughts are gone." As the injured Gohan steps in, he goes on to comment, "Son Bra, you're stronger than this. It's your best qualities he's blocked. Resist him." As Bra goes on to tell Gohan, "Oh, but I am strong. Stronger than I've ever been. And I can now handle this form. And it'll be a pleasure to test it on you. And again, pay attention to the details because this fan manga chapter is absolutely beautiful, as the two Gohans then go on to comment, "Do we really need to fight her?" As the other replies, "Bra's lost control of herself several times. Her Super Saiyan blood has already made her dangerous. But we always had Vegeta to contain her." As Babidi looks on, he goes on to tell Bra, "Kill them all, but be careful of my security as well." As Bra goes on to tell Babidi here, "This will protect you while I'm away, master." As Babidi is consumed by a barrier, the two Gohans then go on to comment, "She's obeying him. Even Vegeta didn't do that back then." As the injured Gohan replies, "Yes, she's truly under his command. There was always good and evil in her. Normally the good came through. Except now, Babidi's removed that." As Bra stares on, she goes on to then tell them, "Two Gohans for the price of one. I'm going to enjoy this." As Bra then begins to raise her power level up even more, I love the level of detail behind this art, and to me, this reminds me personally of Kefla from Dragon Ball Super, and some can make the argument in saying, sure, this does remind people of Kefla, or even Caulifla for that matter, as the Gohans then go on to comment, "This is not going to go the way you think. We think the same way. We are able to verify that. Without talking, we have a plan." As the two Gohans get in position, they go on to comment, "We dive together, we attack at the same time. Me, I fend and attack Babidi directly. The shield won't resist me." As the other Gohan comments, "Me, I handle Bra, I know her better." So as the two Gohans get into position, they both go on to cry out, "Go!" But the second they do that, Super Saiyan 2 Bra charges on in with a thunderous elbow to the non-injured Gohan that literally causes him to go flying out in the distance. So with one Gohan incapacitated, the other Gohan wasn't even able to comprehend Bra's speed as he was caught off guard, as the other one literally got knocked directly into a wall as the Daikaio stares on, and with the other injured Gohan having to try his best in fighting off against Bra, what I really love is Bra is giving off that Majin Vegeta vibe in her cunningness, in her devious nature. As she quickly blocks off Gohan's elbow, Gohan is trying to do everything in his ability, and keep in mind, this is Ultimate Gohan, right? He's attacking Bra with everything he has, and she's deflecting and basically blocking everything off with one hand. So Super Saiyan 2 Bra is making light work of Gohan. As Gohan charges right in, he manages to break a piece of the glass that Babidi was in, but the minute he does that, Bra comes swooping up in with an uppercut, nailing Gohan directly in the stomach, so casually being able to knock Gohan down on his knees. And as Gohan is clinching onto his stomach, Bra goes on to tell him, "You're hesitating, brothers. I'd advise going all in. Otherwise," and then as she proceeds to kick Gohan in the face, she goes on to tell him, "You'll die even faster." So Bra is telling them, hey, if you hold back, you're gonna die. But just then the other two Piccolos come charging on in as they fire off special beam cannons. What I really enjoy here is Bra initially was about to deflect the special beam cannon until it changed its course of direction and nailed Bra directly in the back of the neck. And as the special beam cannon connects, Bra actually stumbles forward as she then turns her head and goes on to tell the Piccolos, "Was that supposed to hurt?" As the two Piccolos then begin to look at each other, they go off right then and there in firing off multiple special beam cannons directly down at Bra, and we're talking about dozens and dozens of special beam cannons. And as these special beam cannons are raining down from the sky, what the injured Gohan ends up doing is clenching down on Bra's legs and keeping her grounded while the special beam cannons hurtle towards her direction. And Bra isn't concerned because she then goes on to turn her head and asking Gohan, "Seriously?" And as the beam cannons descend back down, Bra creates a barrier that literally causes the special beam cannons to bounce right off of her. So there is literally no effect with the special beam cannons having to connect, because although the blasts are hitting her from every single point, she goes on to tell everyone too weak, until there is one particular special beam cannon that actually is able to break beyond her barrier. And this special beam cannon is so strong that it literally tears her entire left arm apart. And the person that fired this special beam cannon was none other than Majin Perfect Cell. As Majin Perfect Cell is shown huffing and puffing, he's smiling, but then, to our surprise, so is Bra. As Bra looks at Cell, she goes on to cry out, "Cell! You finally show your true colors," as she's literally gushing blood from her arm. And within a moment's notice, as quickly as it happened, she quickly breaks through her own barrier, grabs onto her severed arm, removes the glove from her severed arm, and inside of the glove, we notice 3 senzu beans. As she quickly swallows them whole, she immediately grows her arm back and has her full power restored. As she then goes on to tell him, "This is perfect. I'd have been disappointed if I didn't fight you." So Bra was not only super tactical in having to save those senzu beans, but now she has recovered fully. As she then quickly dashes on in, she catches Perfect Cell off guard as she goes on the attack, and it looks like Perfect Cell can't really do anything to stop her. He's sweating, he's trying to do everything in his ability to stay in this fight, but Bra easily overpowers him by punching Cell in the face and then immediately knocking him down into the ground. So Majin Super Saiyan 2 Bra is so strong that literally nobody at this tournament could touch her. As she then puts her hands out, she goes on to tell Cell, "Regenerate this." As she implies that she's gonna fire off a final flash, she then notices how one of the Gohans quickly charges on in as he is attempting to break through Babidi's barrier. As a small illustration goes on to show us how Gohan had done what he did, the illustration goes on to state Gohan isn't trying to fight, but to solve the crisis. He's reduced his energy and ran around the arena to discreetly arrive behind Babidi. And once Bra notices this, she goes on to cry out, "No!" Because this was Gohan's plan, is to get to Babidi before anything else. And the second right before Gohan's about to make contact, Bra immediately steps in and she prevents Gohan from actually getting to Babidi. And because of this, there is a massive explosion. Once Gohan does connect with Babidi, there is a massive explosion that takes place that literally sends everybody hurtling out in the distance. Piccolo, the Saiyans, the Nameks, everybody. And I love the level of detail because this explosion is so powerful that it rattles the entire arena. And the only thing that was left was Bra and Babidi having to stand in the middle of a massive crater. Everything was destroyed, as only then we notice how people are beginning to die off. As the Daikaio emerges, he goes on to state, "All the spectators are dead now." But within the Daikaio, he then hears a voice, and that voice is Super Buu, as he then goes on to tell him, "Come on, aren't you the supreme leader of the universe? I'm curious to see how you're going to save everyone." So indeed, Majin Buu is talking within the Daikaio, as we then observe Gohan, the 2 Piccolos, everybody is laid out. As the Piccolos go on to comment, "Our Gohans are at the end of their rope. We have to join them and give them a senzu bean." As Bra then goes on to comment, "Shit, no more backup." In acknowledging the fact that she no longer has a senzu bean, she then goes on to charge in directly at one of the Gohans, as she goes on to cry out, "If you don't respect the rules, then neither will I." As Bra immediately charges right in, she hits Gohan, get this right, she hits Gohan with such force that they are literally sent hurtling out in space. So somewhere out there within the universe, somewhere, Bra had hit Gohan with such force that not only was the force strong enough to knock Gohan out within the universe, as Gohan then goes on to comment, "Shit, it's what she did to her Ultra opponents." As Bra then goes on to tell Gohan, "Goodbye." By using instant transmission to go back at the actual tournament arena, Babidi, who is still encased inside of that barrier, notices how Majin Cell charges right in, and he's trying to make Cell obey him by crying out, "Obey me, obey me, obey me!" But once again, Bra is so fast and so strong that she uses instant transmission to get within the actual range of Cell making contact. As she kicks Cell, she goes on to tell him, "I can't leave you for a second. Only you and the Gohans have enough power to get through the Master's protection. I'm watching you. As back within space, Gohan goes on to comment, I may be able to still find the arena, but I'll have to fly fast enough to get back before the asphyxiation. As to Gohan's surprise, a little tiny Cell Jr. is inside of his hair as he goes on to tell him, don't worry, prepare your most powerful punch. As the little Cell Jr. continues, I'm here for you. It was by watching Boo that Dad had the idea to create us. I know how to teleport us and aim exactly at the right energy. As Gohan then agrees, he goes on to tell the little Cell, I get it. Let's do this. As meanwhile back within the arena, the two Piccolos go on to comment, my Gohan vanished, so I'm going for the other one. As the little Cell Jr. finally goes on to tell Gohan, I'm with you. Roll teleporter. As they finally end up back within the arena, Bra then observes how Gohan is back within the arena as Cell charges right in, so Perfect Cell is trying to fight Bra and she's laughing. She goes on to tell him that's cute, a support Cell Jr. As if that was going to change, but then right there as she was going to say that, Gohan decks Bra right in the face with such force that it knocks her back, but then Gohan goes on to tell the little Cell Jr., idiot, you should have targeted Babidi. And with that having to be the case, the little Cell Jr. actually goes on to wake up Majin Buu as he goes on to tell Majin Buu, help us, we must kill Son Bra. As Buu goes on to ask, isn't she with us? As Cell Jr. replies, not at all, help us quickly. And with Majin Buu having to stand right back up, Bra goes on to comment, you're getting on my nerves. As Babidi then cries out help, she notices once she turns around how many of the other warriors are beginning to take aim at Babidi, cracking through his barrier. As Bra swoops on in and grabbing Babidi and removing him from the barrier, she then goes on to ask how? Didn't Cell kill? As we have a momentary flashback how Cell basically had not only told the soldiers that he was fighting that he needed to side with them, but this flashback goes on to show how Cell basically told one of the fighters that he was fighting, this way no one can catch in on our little talk. Answer in thoughts. And this conversation is basically something that Cell used to his advantage to not only deceive everybody at the tournament, but he had been planning to take down Babidi this entire time. As towards the end of the manga chapter, Bra goes on to state, since the beginning, Cell had been creating allies? As everyone, Majin Buu, the two Gohans, the two Piccolos, Majin Cell, and some of the Super Warriors stand together, they go on to cry out, she can't stop all of us, as the manga chapter special then comes to a close. Now, I will say this has to be one of the most beautiful fan manga chapters that I've seen within this community because it's so detailed, and I think that the way Bra is portrayed is very scary actually because she comes off very intimidating, she comes off very powerful, and I can't wait to see everybody fight her because the goal right now is to try to see if they can get Vegeta to finally come back because if you guys have not been keeping up, Vegeta is very far away and he's trying to locate everyone's power, but he can't seem to do so. So hopefully as they're fighting Bra, someone is going to channel their energy high enough to where Vegeta detects this and finally arrives. So again, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. What did you guys think about this Dragon Ball fan manga chapter? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. Tune back in for more. Give this video a big fat like by slapping that thumbs up button, guys, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace!
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up, on? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!